everyone, I'm Destroy America, and today I'm back with a Steampunk Lolita review for Punk Rave Australia. Now, as usual, this was all sent to me as a gift, but I'll always give you my honest opinion in every review. Also, today's discount code is Steampunk, which gets you 20% off and free shipping, regardless of what color you choose. All the links will be in the description below. Hey guys, future me butting in. This video is going to be a little bit messier than usual because, as you can see, I actually filmed this over 2 different days. So if there's a particular thing you're wanting to see, I'll pop some timecode bookmarks down below just in case you want to skip ahead. Basically what happened is I had to exchange an item, so we'll go through that process as well today. But yeah, that means there's going to be a bit of jumping around between 2 versions of me, so please bear with, and I hope it won't be too confusing. So today we'll be creating an outfit based around the Steampunk Lolita harness dress in black and coffee. Now what the model's wearing here is pretty cute, but it's still summer in Australia, so we're going to change things up to be a bit easier to wear in this weather, and see how we can play with the style. But first, let's have a closer look at the dress. So on its own, you can see the upper section has a sort of strappy underbust vest-like design, and then below that you have this really cool ruffled skirt with some neat layers and a really nice color scheme. Zooming in on some details, you can see they've really gotten the steampunk aesthetic down with lots of brassy colours on the buckles, zippers, rivets, gears, and even some little spikes, which I really love. Now, being an underbust design, obviously you're not going to wear this dress on its own, but that gives it a lot of potential to mix and match, so that's what we're going to do. And today we're matching the dress with the steampunk short sleeve black shirt. Now if you look at the pictures, it's probably not going to be a full-on black. It actually looks like it has a slight brown tinge to it, which I think works really well with the steampunk theme. On its own, for me, it's a bit girly with the frills and puffy sleeves, and I'm not entirely sold on how high that collar goes, but it has some really nice details right down to the buttons and the corset styling on the back. What really sells it for me though is I've actually seen the white versions of the dress and the shirt together, so we'll just quickly take a look at those. So on the page for the dress, you can see the model is wearing both of today's items just in the white versions, and it actually works really well. Obviously you guys know I prefer the dark side of the force, but yeah, this gives you some idea of what we're going to be trying on today. On the page for the shirt, you can also see just how versatile it actually is and all the combos you can make. I mean, really, you could also mix the black and white if that's your thing. It would be kind of interesting to see that actually. But yeah, for my style and my wardrobe, black just suits me better. But before we move on, there is one more item. We've got the Lolita Gothic Basic Bustle Irregular Net Skirt. The title's a mouthful, but you get the idea. What makes it different from a regular bustle, obviously, is it has the extra netting trailing down the back, and it actually looks pretty cute on its own. You could totally wear it without adding anything over the top. But if we just jump back to the dress, you can see now that the point of the bustle is to help give the skirt some volume. Compare it to the white version picture without a bustle, and you can kind of see the difference that makes. Now, the short bustle pictured here was unavailable, so that's why we've gone for the longer one, and it's going to be interesting to see how that extra length changes the vibe of the dress. I think when I try everything on, I'll show you how it looks with and without the bustle so we can get a real feel for the effect that has. Anyway, I'm sorry for the long wordy intro. I hope I didn't rush it or anything, and I hope you picked it all up. I just felt like I had to explain exactly what we're doing here with all the changes that we're making. The only other thing to mention is the sizing. So I think the dress and the shirt I'm trying on in the small size, and the bustle will be in an extra small to small size. So this is the package. As you can see, it's quite big. It was sent by Australia Post, I think at the end of the week, and then arrived on a Tuesday, so that was really fast. I'm really happy with that. I also have another package. This one was sent express, so I think actually this is a good spot to talk about what happens when things go wrong. As you'll soon see when I'm unpacking everything, I actually got sent an incorrect item, and I mean, returns are something I've always been a little bit anxious about with online shopping, but in this case it was actually really easy. All I had to do was get in touch with Punk Rave Australia, I let them know what happened, and we organised the exchange. Also, because it was their mistake, they actually totally reimbursed me for the cost of sending it back. It was super easy, and the money was back in my PayPal like a few hours after I emailed in my receipt. So while it is a bit frustrating to have gotten the wrong item, I'm really happy with the way Punk Rave Australia handled the situation. On top of that, they were really great at answering my questions about how to care for my clothes. I figured since it'd be a while before I get to finish filming all this, I should probably try and smooth out the clothes that I did receive properly because, you know, they get crinkled in the post and all that. Thing is, I don't really know that much about fabric, so I wasn't quite sure what the best way was to go about doing that. So in the same email about the incorrect item, I asked Punk Rave Australia for some ironing tips, and this is what they sent me. Feel free to pause the video or take a screenshot if you also need this info. I found it super helpful, and so yeah, I'm really impressed with their customer service. Anyway, back to past me, and I think I was getting a little bit overexcited, so brace yourselves, I guess. I feel like I'm really hyper today, and I think it's because I already filmed this review, and I was so excited to be running around in this cool outfit. If you missed that review, if you're on my channel, I'll put a card up here so that you can just click that and go straight to it. If you're on the Punk Rave Australia channel, I don't think they use cards, so just go and check out the rest of their videos, and you'll see the one where I'm wearing this. So you can check out that review. It's really cool, and I think I'm just heaps excited because of that. And I just had lunch, and so I'm all like, yeah, energy. Anyway, let's open this and we'll see what today's one is like, because I'm heaps excited about that too. I think it's gonna be really cool. Let's get to it. Hell yeah, all the bubble wrap, I love it. They always package things really well. I never worry about anything coming damaged because there's just so much wrapping. It's really well done. All right, so we've got 3 bags. Now, these two seem to be the usual Punk Rave Australia bags, and then this one is a Pion Pion bag. So Punk Rave is sort of split into a few different ones, and Pion Pion is more of their Lolita stuff. So yeah, I haven't seen one of these in a while. I think that's really exciting. I think though, let's open the dress first because I really want to see what this is like. Oh, you can smell the fabric straight away. More bubble wrap. Okay, so here it is. A little bit crumpled from being in the post, but that's just the nature of online shopping. Nothing we can't smooth out. Yeah, and it's really nice. It's really cute. It's a little bit hard to show you the whole thing while we're so close, but of course we'll do a twirl later and you can see the full thing from a distance. But for now, I'll just show you all the close-up details. So starting at the top, we've got this sort of brown fabric, it's kind of a hard fabric, but on the inside, it's actually lined with this much softer black fabric. And then on the shoulders, you can see the buckled section, and actually the colors are really nice. So yeah, it's brassy, but it also has a sort of like worn out kind of look. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but there's like little bits of black kind of showing through. It's kind of like a brushed metal maybe, which I think really adds to that steampunk vibe. Like the attention to detail with that kind of thing is amazing. Same thing on the front section. So we've got the same kinds of really nice brass buckles there. And then we've got the return of these. We've seen these on Punk Rave Australia items before. Yeah, these ones aren't designed to connect though, but it's really cool to see them being used as a decoration here because yeah, they're really cute. And then of course the gears and spikes. I really love this section. I think this is my favorite thing about the dress is the way that they've put together those gears and spikes. I love them. They're really, look how cute they are. Moving over to the side so you can see there's a zip, which will be really handy for putting it on. Yeah, I've really come to appreciate zippers on dresses. It makes it so much easier than trying to struggle with putting something over your head and all that. Oh my goodness. Close up though, you can see they've used that same brassy look. So they haven't skimped. Like, yes, the zipper is functional, but they've also made it fit the design really nicely. And then on the back, you can see the corset tie-up section. So that's pretty straightforward, but as you can see, there's also these decorative buttons on the side, which, yeah, that same brassy look again. I think that's really cool. And then here's just a quick look at the inside of the dress where you can see the zip and the buttons and how they're done there. Now coming down to the skirt section, so we've got a change of fabric. The lining on the inside changes the same, but on the outside, it's kind of a thin, not exactly soft fabric, but I don't know how well you can see. There's like these really faint lines, and you could kind of see them on the model photos, but in that it kind of just looked like a printed pattern. Actually, it looks like it's like very lightly sewn in those lines. So yeah, I'm impressed. That's a lot more than I was expecting it to be. Like, wow. And then of course you come down to the ruffled sections, which are sort of held together with this. Now this is not removable. This stays up like that. So if you were hoping to like let it out or something, that's not how it works. Yeah, and then this, it has that same fabric as the top section, and it also has another one of those buttons, and there's a few of those around the dress. And then right down at the bottom, we've got this layer of lacy fabric, and that's actually really soft. Wow, I really like this lace. And then yeah, we've got that same brown fabric again, but on the inside, it's this bright orange, which I think will give a really good effect. Like, you're not gonna see that bright orange in your face, but you will get like hints of it as the dress moves. And I think that's just, yeah, I think that's really cool the way that they've done that. Oh, I just had a look on the inside. So the way that the fabric's done, so the liner, this is the liner, and then this is the skirt section. It's kind of done as a double layer. So yeah, that's an interesting way to do it. Because I mean, I guess they could have just had the skirt section and that would have saved them in fabric, but because the lining is so much nicer, they've given you that extra amount, and yeah, I think that's really nice of them to give you some extra comfort. They don't really skimp on those kinds of things, which is really great. Anyway, let's move on to the shirt. Oh my gosh, wow, it feels so like delicate. So here we go. It's a bit hard to show you the detail because it's like black on black. But yeah, no, I'm really impressed. I didn't expect the fabric to be the way it is. I mean, once again, it's gotten a little bit crumpled in the post. I don't have time to smooth it out today, but yeah, it's a really nice fabric. It actually feels really cool. Like sometimes I worry, especially with like, oh my God, even the frilly section is really nice. It's really soft. I gotta say I was worried because sometimes when you have these kinds of shirts, they feel kind of stiff and uncomfortable, like it's all about the look and not about the feel. But yeah, I'm super impressed. I mean, Punk Rave Australia is always making stuff that feels really comfortable, and I shouldn't doubt them at this point because, you know, we've been doing this for a while, but I'm constantly surprised by just how much effort they put into making these things actually comfortable. Like, one of the reasons I don't like to wear this kind of stuff is because it's usually uncomfortable, but wow, I'm so impressed. That's amazing. Even the collar section, like, yeah, the fabric choice is fantastic. They've really done a good job with that. Design-wise though, can you see how it's kind of ruffled? Yeah, there you go. One day I've got to get a better camera and some lighting, hey. But yeah, oh my gosh, I love it. And then these buttons are really cool too. So, they do have a bit of that brassy look, but they've also got a bit of like, oh, it's so hard to show you. Can you see that kind of red tinge to it? That's really interesting. I don't know how they've done that, but yeah, it just adds a little bit of extra detail. You can see like it's not uniform across it. It kind of looks like it actually has aged, which if we're doing steampunk is exactly what you want. I'm impressed with that. There's also a little button on the sleeves, and it's going to be interesting to see how the sleeves go. Actually in the sleeve section, there's kind of a double layer of fabric. So there's the same sort of stuff as the rest of the shirt on the outside, I'm pretty sure. And then on the inside, if we sort of pull that out, you can just see, yeah, you can just see that it's a little bit see-through. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm not really sure what the purpose of that is. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that works. Because yeah, another thing I worry about with this kind of shirt is like, sometimes with the puff, they're designed so that it sits like that, and then you feel like your arms have to stay downwards. Like, am I going to be able to reach up with it? That's going to be an interesting thing to see. And then here on the back, we can see the corset ropey type section. Now it's a little bit different to the one on the dress. The one on the dress had like a thinner kind of cord, whereas this is sort of more like flat like a shoelace, but not really like a shoelace. It's a bit thinner than that. Yeah, and then it connects to these little D-rings, which again have that kind of red, rusty kind of look mixed in with the brass. It's really interesting. So yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with this shirt. It kind of makes me want to try more from Punk Rave. Like I didn't wish list many because of all those concerns, but yeah, I'm really impressed. Anyway, let's get on to the last item. So, Pion Pion. Don't you love the little bows? Oh, that's not what we were expecting. I probably should have checked the bag before I opened it. I'm not sure what the item is, but it's something in a size large. So yeah, that should have tipped me off that it's not the skirt. I think it's something that you put over your shoulders. Like it's got these crazy puffy sleeves. Hello. The fabric is really nice though, so it's not the item I was expecting. I'll have to talk to Punk Rave Australia about what we want to do with this. But yeah, while I'm here, I might as well tell you what it's like. So like this is really thin fabric. It actually feels quite nice. I don't think I would ever think to wear something like this, but hey, it feels good whatever it is. And then yeah, like, oh, it's got like this sort of silky lining at the bottom of the sleeves. All these frills and stuff. And it's got these cute little buttons here, which it's kind of like the steampunk buttons, but the pattern's different, and it obviously doesn't have that reddish tint. And I don't know how well you can see it, but it's got all these layers of frilly stuff up around the shoulders. So yeah, if this is the kind of thing that you're into, I guess I can quickly try it on. Okay, so yeah, this is like a shoulder kind of thing. It has buttons around the neck, and then yeah, look at all this puffy sleeve, and yeah, I did up all the buttons there, and yeah, it's kind of cool. It's a little bit hard to see in this lighting, I think. Yeah, there's just all those little extra frills, and it feels kind of nice. The thing is, it is a bit too big for me. It just like, you know. Now at first I thought it had a little bit of elastic here to try and like keep it on you at some point, but no, it's just where it goes from being big and open to this tighter kind of section. But yeah, it's a little bit too big for me. There's my fingers. Oh my goodness. Depending on the angle of my arm though, the size actually isn't that bad. Like when I reach out like that, and if you consider that this is all just frill, the size actually isn't that bad considering it's a large size. And I think it must be Punk Rave Australia's older sizes. So a long time ago, they used to be really small, like Asian sizes. And I bought some Punk Rave pants like years ago, back on the old system, and I was a large then. So maybe that's why this doesn't seem to be too big despite being large. But yeah, it's obviously been sent to me by mistake. So I'm going to get in touch with Punk Rave Australia and ask them what they want to do about this, and we'll continue the review in a moment. But I think this is going to be a really good way to show you like what do you do when something goes wrong with your online shopping with Punk Rave Australia. And I have a lot of faith in their customer service. So yeah, give me a few days and we'll get it all sorted, and then we'll continue with the review. Okay, so it took me more than a few days to get back onto this. Life's just been pretty crazy lately. But yeah, as I've hopefully edited in before this, the returns process was really easy. So now it's finally time to open this and put it all together. Rah! Da 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 da! Alright, so just checking the labels and, you know, checking the size. Everything's looking good so far. Also, I don't know how well you can see it, but this is also a Pion Pion bag. So yeah, once again, they're Lolita stuff. You see the cute little rabbit? And here we go. Ta-da! Wow, it's actually doing pretty well considering I've actually had it in that package for a few weeks because yeah, life just got crazy even after it arrived. So yeah, wow, I was a bit worried that it'd be like heaps crumpled and beyond saving. So alright, so I'm a little bit close to show you all the details, but yeah, as you can see, wow, it's heaps cute, isn't it, with all those layers? So up the top, we've got a sort of elastic waistband, which is good for helping you with the sizing. As for layers, so there's a few. The outermost layer is this mesh, and this is actually a fairly soft mesh as far as these things go, so yeah, that's going to be really comfortable and very airy and sort of just flow around you. Once we lift that up, we've got a couple of harder layers of mesh. And they're actually quite short. Oh, actually it's more than a couple. There's like 3 or 4 layers of this stuff there, yeah, which is I think what gives you like the shaping of it. The next layer under that is another long one, and it's made out of that same harder mesh. And finally, underneath all that, you've got this sort of silky liner, which I really appreciate because some of the harder mesh, like if it was constantly scratching against your legs, would not be much fun. So as usual, Punk Rave Australia has done a great job in thinking about your comfort when you're wearing these things. Oh my gosh, look how much fabric there is. So the skirt's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's really an undergarment, so it's not going to have all those extra details that we usually go through. So yeah, I think that's it for this. We'll go and combine it with the dress and the shirt and see how it all comes together. I'm so excited. All right, here's how the outfit looks on me. As usual, I'm going to put my measurements on this side and the item's measurements on this side. So we'll do a twirl and then we'll do some close-up detail shots and then we'll have a chat about it. With that bustle skirt. And here's what the top and the skirt look like on their own. Okay, so that's how the whole outfit looks on me with all the different views and details. I hope you were able to see some of those details. The lighting's not the best today, but I didn't want to wait for a sunnier day because we've already delayed this video long enough. But yeah, and I hope you also enjoyed those different views of like taking out different items. I wanted to show you like what it looks like without the bustle so that if that's something you're thinking about, you can get an idea of how it looks. And then also the shirt and the skirt without the dress, because I really do think that they're going to be things that you can mix and match. So this shirt you will be able to wear with a whole bunch of different combinations. And same with the skirt, it has that sort of dark ballerina kind of look, and so you could wear it on its own, or you could also wear it under other dresses if they need a little bit of puffing up. I think personally for me, I prefer the whole outfit with the bustle. I think it gives it that extra bit of, you know, volume to it. But yeah, you can really mix and match and make the outfit your own, which is a really cool thing. Anyway, as for the size and the fit, so as usual with Punk Rave Australia's, like their size charts are so accurate, so everything fits me perfectly. Yeah, the top, I think just like it felt a little bit tight around there, but of course you can adjust the stuff on the back, so you can sort of loosen it and tighten it as you want. I didn't change any settings just because I'm trying to get the video done, but yeah, you can definitely have a play with that. So that's something I'll probably mess with later on when I have a bit more time. The skirt, absolutely no problems with that. It fits perfectly. I mean, the elastic is there, so as long as you're close enough, it's absolutely fine. And then the dress size, yeah, that was perfect as well. The one thing that was kind of weird for me though is like where the top section meets the skirt is a lot higher than what I'm used to. So see how it meets around here, right? Whereas actually my waist is all the way down there, and so that was a really odd thing for me, because yeah, so when I was looking in the mirror, it was just sort of an odd experience for me, because I've never seen that before. It does a couple things, like it makes it look like your torso is quite short, and I was like, oh my god, where'd the rest of my waist go? Why is my waist so high? I was just, yeah, my brain not used to that. And then also because it makes your waist look so much higher, it makes your legs look so much longer, and so I was sort of feeling kind of weird about it until I put the boots on, and then suddenly it just all made sense to me. I was like, oh, this is how the outfit's meant to look. So yeah, get yourself some good boots to go with this outfit, and I think that just makes it work really well. Back to the size though, so yeah, it's actually a perfect size for me, like even though it felt higher, I mean that's the dress design. I didn't actually adjust any of these, so you probably could drop it down if, you know, you were feeling a bit uncomfortable about that, but yeah, no, I wanted to try it as they've designed, so I left it like that. I also didn't play with the tie-up section at the back, so similar to the shirt, it has like that rope-up area. I just left it as is, and yeah, it actually fits really nicely. So moving on to the fabric side of things, overall everything feels really nice, but if we go through item by item, so the shirt, first of all, when you first put it on, to me it really did have that like business shirt kind of feel. So it's not like when you put on a t-shirt and everything is like, you know, 100% soft and all that. It felt more like comfortable business shirt, because that's just the fabric, how that is. But I am really impressed with this section because this feels really nice, like so much nicer than I was expecting looking at the photos. But yeah, so it doesn't have the comfort of like t-shirt kind of lazy clothes. It makes you feel a bit more like, yes, I am going to do something important. But yeah, no, actually I've been wearing it for a while now, and it's actually really comfortable fabric wise. As for the dress itself, so of course I'm wearing the dress over other items. I mean, you have to, because it's under bust, like you don't want to show boob off. But yeah, so because it's over other items, I don't really feel so much of the dress, but when I took off the bustle, I did get to feel like that silky lining against my legs and all that, and yeah, it's actually really comfortable. Absolutely no complaints fabric-wise with the dress. The bustle skirt is a slightly different story though, so the lining is fantastic, you know, it's that same silky lining that's just really comfortable to wear. But when you're walking around, because the inner mesh, like, you know, that long bit of mesh, like it is longer and there's nothing between your legs and that, and so it does scratch a little bit when you're walking around. But yeah, overall I didn't find it too annoying. Like you sort of just shuffle it around and then you're sweet. When you're sitting down, it's a little bit awkward. Like if you're going to be sitting at a chair, I think, how do you get it out of the way? I haven't quite figured that out yet. But sitting here on the floor, all I did was sort of just like puff it out around me so that mesh isn't touching my skin. So like, yeah, I think it's mainly if you're going to be out and about and like sitting on a regular chair and you've got all this extra train going on, it's going to be a little bit hard to shuffle it around so that you don't get that scratching against you. But otherwise, like sort of just standing and also sitting the way I am now is really comfortable. So yeah, I was really worried with some of that bustle type stuff. I mean, remember when I was a kid, like doing ballet and you'd wear, those kinds of things and it was really stiff and really horrible stuff and you'd have to dance in it. It doesn't feel like that with this. They especially because they've got that inner lining, it actually feels much more comfortable overall, but there is still that potential to sort of scratch you up a bit. Now, as for how the outfit feels just in general, overall, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, but a couple things to note. So I think I mentioned maybe in the introduction, I was a little bit worried about the puffy sleeves and in terms of like mobility. Now, when you lift your arm, it does start to pull here. But I noticed the easy solution is you sort of just pull it up and then you can reach up fine. So just when you're walking around, looks fine. If you need to reach up, you can easily just do that. And the cool thing is when you put your arm back down, it sort of just pops. And yeah, that's really good. The other thing is, so one of the reasons for going with the short sleeve shirt is it's sort of been, well, we've come out of summer in Australia technically, but we still get a few warm days. And I was sort of thinking, oh yeah, if we go for a short sleeve shirt, maybe we'll still be able to wear it in summer. That's not really the case, I think. As I was putting it on and like also trying to decide what the hell to do with my hair, I'm not good at hair, so yeah, while I was sort of playing with all that, I was actually getting really hot, so I had to turn on the air conditioner. And I'm not sure if that's because of the different layers or if it's because of the fabric, but yeah, it feels more like a sort of mid-autumn kind of outfit. Like I wouldn't wear it in the middle of summer because it's just gonna get too hot. Especially, yeah, it's probably a combination of maybe layers and fabric, I'm not sure. But yeah, obviously not a winter kind of outfit. You're gonna want like a jumper and maybe some leggings if you're gonna be wearing this in the middle of winter, especially depending on where you live. Like if you live somewhere really cold, no. But yeah, no, so definitely I would say like mid-autumn this will be really good, which is great for me because we are just heading into autumn here in Sydney, so awesome. But yeah, not a summer outfit, I gotta say. And then finally, like what I think of the whole thing altogether, I really like it. It's really different for me. I do think I need to, have a better think about what to do with my hair. I was like, Steampunk Lolita, maybe I should do pigtails, but I couldn't get it to happen. I'm no good at hair. Maybe I could get like a cute little hat to go with it, sort of a steampunky Lolita kind of thing. But yeah, no, actually with the outfit itself, my hair problems aside, the outfit itself, like once I got over the fact that my waist was so high, yeah, it's actually really cute. And I think also like it's got this sort of badassery kind of thing there. And I'm also really interested to sort of like mix and match the different elements with different like outfits that I have. I mean, maybe I could try the top with a corset because like I have these corsets, but I don't have a lot of tops that really go well with them. Whereas I think this will actually really work. And then I've got some interesting skirts that I've been like, what do I wear with them? This top might really go well. And then I'm interested in trying the dress with some different tops as well, because I think like this is a sort of girlier kind of top, and because it does have these badass kind of elements, I was like, if I wear more of a sort of boyish, less feminine kind of top, how is that going to change the mood of the dress? I think that would be really interesting to try. And then the skirt, I really like the skirt. Like, yes, it's kind of itchy, kind of sometimes if you sit the wrong way or whatever. But overall, like when I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is really cool. I really want to try it with some stuff. I did do ballet when I was younger, so maybe that's like my baby brain thinking about it. But yeah, no, I'd really like to try it like on its own as the skirt. And then also a while ago, Punk Rave Australia sent me that red steampunk dress. I want to try it under that and see like how that changes the mood of things, how it puffs it up. So yeah, I'm really happy with all the individual elements on their own, and then all together, yeah, I really like it. As I said before, I prefer to have it with the bustle rather than without, but yeah, no, definitely room to play. So overall, I'm really happy with this, especially because it sort of gives me something different. I don't have a whole lot of steampunk stuff, and now that I do, I like that I'm slowly getting different kinds of steampunk as well, expanding boundaries, and yeah, I think it's really cool. I like this. It's cute. Oh yeah, so another thing I like about this outfit is it sort of inspired me to wear these boots again. They're quite old, I used to wear them everywhere, and it's just, I was looking at my other boots, and so I have some that kind of have that Lolita look, but they had silver, and because I've got like these goldy kind of bits, I was like, oh, gold and silver together doesn't really work for me, so I didn't wear those ones. And then I was thinking like these, like my massive boots I think are too big for this. It could be cute to try, but don't really feel in the mood. I looked at some other boots, my steel toe boots with the big straps and stuff. I've worn them on Punk Rave Australia videos before, and yeah, it just felt a little bit too in your face, like not really Steampunk Lolita. So then I found these shoes, haven't worn them in years. Surprised they still fit nicely. I picked them out because they are a little bit worn out, and so if we're going for the steampunk kind of look, you know, things are sort of old and a little bit worn out, and it has like I don't know if the little eyelets in the boots were always goldy color, but they are now, and so I thought that would work really nicely. And yeah, it's cool when an outfit inspires you to go back to something because they're much more comfortable than I remember. So I might actually start wearing these boots out more often. Okay, so summing up, yeah, I'm really happy with all the items in this outfit. I think they fit really nicely. The fabrics are all pretty good. I mean, even in the skirt where it has some of that scratchy stuff, it's so much more comfortable than I was ever expecting. I think they all look really nice, and yeah, I'm really happy with the outfit. There's some fun stuff going on here and so much potential to do more with all the items. I'm also really happy with the way that Punk Rave Australia handled the whole issue of having that incorrect item. I mean, you don't really want that kind of stuff to happen in the first place, but this is the real world. Sometimes things go wrong, and what really made the difference was just how well they handled the situation. So yeah, that gives you some confidence that when things do go wrong, it's quite easy to sort them out. So yeah, if this video has inspired you to maybe go out and get like one or two or maybe all of these items, make sure you use the code STEAMPUNK. That gets you 20% off and free shipping, and that includes the different colors of the shirt and the dress. They also come in white versions, so definitely make the most of that. As usual, I'd like to thank Punk Rave Australia for sending all these items to me, and also for being patient because I've had a lot of life stuff going on. I wasn't able to get on to finishing filming this as soon as I would have liked. So yeah, they've been very patient with me and very supportive. So yeah, thank you so much to Punk Rave Australia. Also, don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, want to support us and all that, leave the video a like, give us a comment, share it with a friend, subscribe. Is that everything? There's so many things that you're meant to do on YouTube nowadays, hey. But yeah, also, if you're going to subscribe, there's two different channels. There's my channel, Destroy Americo, which I cover all kinds of topics. Haven't had as many videos lately because life is crazy, but we will do our best to get back onto it, this 2020 being insane. Also, you can subscribe to the Punk Rave Australia channel, which is just dedicated to reviewing their clothes. There's a few different reviewers, not just me. So yeah, if you're wanting to see a few different things, definitely subscribe there as well. Thank you everyone for watching, and also for your patience in waiting for me to put more videos out there. Hopefully the next one won't be too long, but yeah, 2020's been crazy. I don't know what it's like for you, but I know for me it's been just nuts. So cross fingers we don't have too many more issues and the next video will be out before you know it. All right guys, see you next time.